only used regular plates at my house growing up when it was a special occasion. For every other occasion, we used paper plates. And so I grew up thinking that it was totally normal to eat off of paper plates. It was just because my mom was a single mom and she didn't have enough time to wash the dishes. And so she just preferred to throw out the plates that we were using. I think my mom still might do this, actually. Hello world, my name is Tiffany Lyn and thank you so much for joining me here on my channel, Minimal-ish. One of the main reasons that I decided to become a minimalist was because of the environmental impact that buying so many things has on the world. And a huge component of that was the amount of plastic that we use as a society in the US and really throughout the entire world. And so I watched this documentary called Addicted to Plastic. This must have been like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. And basically, by following the documentary, one, you figure out how much plastic we're consuming as a society, but also where it goes. And for the most part, it ends up in the ocean. And so what happens is, all of the plastic in the ocean, it's like attracted to one another, and it all gathers in one centralized area. So they have these like aerial views of the ocean where you can see like all there is miles around the ocean, and then in a huge section that's just like covered in different kinds of plastic. And then of course, this is bad for the ocean, but it's also bad for the animals that are in the ocean. A lot of times they end up eating this plastic. Birds also end up eating the plastic. This is why microbeads were such a huge deal a couple of years ago and why most companies don't put them in products anymore. Because even though plastic can be so small, when you consume so much of it like we do on a global level, it accumulates and gathers together and it becomes a gigantic problem. So after watching that documentary, I really tried to lower my plastic usage. And I did this by buying compostable trash bags instead of buying plastic trash bags. I reused the plastic that I already had. I didn't use plastic water bottles. I bought one of those reusable fork and knife sets that you can take with you. And this was a huge deal for me because growing up, we used a lot of things that you were just completely disposable. So I grew up on plastic, and I decided to make a change in my life for the better of the environment and also to do my part to help the world. However, there is something that I always use and I never even thought of it as being an issue related to plastic, and that's a drinking straw. I have extremely sensitive teeth and I cannot drink anything that's cold without a straw. It really just hurts my mouth. And so whenever I go to a restaurant, I always ask for a straw. Even if they don't offer one, I ask them to bring one to the table. And I've been doing this, for years. And for whatever reason in my mind, I never made the connection between plastic consumption and straw use. So even though I was lowering the amount of plastic that I was using, I never ever stopped using plastic straws. And then I came to Colombia, and in Colombia, they make so much waste here. Like everybody is using plastic. People are buying plastic water bottles. Everybody is offering you a plastic bag. There's a lot of plastic in the street. I think different environmental organizations are trying to get people to recycle more and trying to improve the recycling program that they have here in Colombia. But as far as I understand, most people don't recycle. So within the last couple of weeks being in Colombia, I would say my plastic usage has gone up just because it's kind of unavoidable here. And with time, because I've been slowly increasing the amount of plastic that I use, I kind of forgot why it's so important not to be consuming it. And of course, I always had this idea in my mind generally that plastic is bad. But at the same time, I forgot the real reason why it was so bad. And it wasn't until this morning that one, I made the connection between straws and plastic consumption. And two, I remembered how much of an impact my personal actions can have on other beings in the world. So I like to keep up with some other minimalist YouTubers, and this morning I was watching a video from this girl named Madeline Olivia. You should definitely check out her channel if you like minimalism and you haven't already. She does things like biking and traveling, minimalism, veganism, things like that. But she uploaded this video where basically she was crying, and it was because she had just seen a video on Facebook of this turtle getting a straw pulled out of its nose. And kind of like thinking about it, you're like, oh, whatever, it's a turtle and it's a straw, who like really cares? But if you have any sort of compassion, you're gonna see this animal that's clearly in pain and feel terrible for it. And so immediately I made the connection between straw usage and the ocean and this poor turtle being affected by it. And you've gotta think, like, this isn't the only turtle out there in the world that's being affected by this, nor is it the only animal out there. And it's something so easy that you and I can both do to avoid this kind of thing happening ever again. And that's just not using plastic straws. So to sum it all up, after watching this video, I have a whole renewed passion for environmentalism, for minimalism, and not just minimalism to save money or to be organized or whatever, but minimalism to help the environment. So I'll put links of everything in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that if you didn't make the connection either in your mind about plastic consumption and straw usage, that now you have, and hopefully this will benefit you in some way positively, and also not just you, but the world. And I know it's kind of naive to think this way, but I really do believe that if we all take small steps together, that we can make a huge impact on things. So when I'm talking about saving the world, I'm not even joking. I literally mean saving the world. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to see more videos about being a minimalist in a capitalist world, please keep coming back. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.